Hey, welcome to Tech Tips with Sold Out Media. I'm Amanda. Listen, I got a short one, but a fun one for you today. I've been looking at the Zhijuns x100, Molus x100, and the Fiveray F100 from Zhijuns, and looking at the advantages and disadvantages of both. These two lights are very similar. They're both 100-watt lights. They both have, what do you call it, the battery supply in them. They're both completely portable. They're super lightweight. This guy is a little more lightweight than this guy. And they come in at very similar prices, actually, with the combos and everything that you can get with them. So I thought it would be fun to do a quick comparison between the two. So let's go right to it. We're going to do a battery life test, lux test, and a couple other little fun tests with them to see how they actually do out in the real world. All right, let's go. An hour is definitely more to go off of than half an hour. Either way, great battery life out of all of these. When you think about it, it's really impressive. All right, so right now we're looking at the Lux. This is 3 meters away, and you can actually look at Jake's face. It's really well lit, it's smooth, it's soft. Now at the max, at 3 meters with the F100. It's a lot brighter for sure. Overall, really smooth, nice light. When you look at the X100 now, there's a huge difference, and it's the real selling point with this lamp. Now, without the reflector, we're gonna go over to Jake. He's outside, he's in the dark, and he's gonna test both the F100 and the X100 outside and just show some nighttime uses with these lights.
All right, guys, so now we're outside and we're actually using 2 of the Xenon lights with battery, with nothing else. So this is super handy if you just need to do a small hit to go outside and just record something small. I mean, less than 30 minutes on that light max power, or an hour with the F100 I have up here. So let's show you how it looks. Benjamin's holding one light there. There's one light behind me, and no cables. Nice. Alright guys, now it's actually quite dark outside and we're still using 2 battery lights. So I have the F100 as the front light this time, and I have the X100 for the background. And I'm going to show you soon how dark it actually is. So again, great for running outside and just doing shots with battery. Awesome actually. Comparison, this is with the light and this is without it. So fairly dark. And with it, without it.
Here, guys, I'm very silhouetted. This is early morning. The sun is harsh in behind me. So we set max daylight on the F100 as a fill, and this is the effect we get from it. And then without, and then with. Oh, big difference. And then without, right? All right, but Benjamin is literally like 50 centimeters from me. And you're not going to get a lot of power out of this in the daylight mode. It is hard to beat daylight. But let's take a look at the X100 and see the difference there. This is the X100 at the same distance, at full power. And you can see it's actually like having an extra sun in front of me. I can hardly open my eyes with it. So much more powerful by far than the F100, especially if you're going to shoot outside. So with, without, with, without. There you go. And go out by the camera. So this is more like 2 meters away. And that maybe is more natural, right? I couldn't see it, but good thing, this is why you have trustworthy camera people with you. Benjamin said with the F100, it's much softer light. It does kind of have its own diffuser on the front. This is giving me a much harsher look with this. So it would be maybe advisable to have some kind of diffusion, but overall, super handy light, both of them. So that was so awesome. So the advantages I see here, advantages and disadvantages. This one here, the X100, way brighter, way more powerful. But at max, the battery life only lasts for roughly 30 minutes, right? With the Fiveray, you actually get way more, or the F100, you get way more battery life. We went over an hour with this in our test. It has 2 modes. It has both the max mode, max 100%, and regular 100%. I don't know why you need an extra max 100%, but it certainly adds a lot in the brightness, right? But both of them still went pretty close to an hour, you get way more life out of this guy. Out of this guy, though, you could light up an entire room. This is studio quality brightness with this. I did notice a color shift difference between this one and this one. I think this one is maybe more true 32 Kelvin when you're at 32. This one seemed a little bit off. Actually, we could maybe test that right now with our camera. Well, let me just see what the white balance is on this. I'll come back to you. You can actually see that the white is a little bit more white. Of course, you get a lot more brightness coming out of the X100, and in this case, I think that it's affecting the white balance a little bit. All right, so there you go. Another advantage that you get with this guy is you get a ton of accessories. You get the softbox, you get the egg crate, you have these burn doors that you can use as both reflectors or as burn doors, and you have the RGB. You also have a bunch of actual effects that you can use with this. When this one is at its max, one of the disadvantages is it's super loud. This one isn't as loud as this guy, but it's only when you're using the max 100%. Again, this one is such an awesome lamp, but this guy also is an awesome lamp. Major advantage with him is that you can actually change the battery. When this guy dies, he's done, right? You actually have to use a power bank or use some other kind of AC/DC power to power him. And you can do that with this guy too, use a power bank instead of the battery. But if they ever come out with the exchanging batteries on this, like that you could buy the extra batteries as an accessory, this would be unstoppable because you could just mount up on these and go all day with these batteries. One other major disadvantage with this is it's way hotter. And I mean, it will burn you. It's actually like so powerful, but again, it's like a broadcast light. It's like a studio light, but now you're carrying it in your hand. It makes it harder to use the ZY modifiers that they've come out with for Zhijun because you can't have them, I don't think, so close to the LED node there. But super powerful, good if you can change the batteries, super diverse. This is my thoughts. If you want to use a light that you can use for everything, this one here, the F100, is the one that I think that I'm going to go with because I can have the RGB, I can actually have the lighting modifiers right in with it, the reflector and everything else. But if I'm going to be doing a lot of serious stuff like outside, for example, at night, lighting up a dark scene at nighttime, this got way more power to it. You just need some way to get more of these batteries. So that's my thoughts. I hope you like and subscribe. And honestly, if you have any questions, just let us know down in the comments. We love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching.